Hello, everyone, and welcome to IDX TV. We are here live at the WMX Asia 2022, and I'm here with not one but two executives of Reliable Logistics. I'm very honored to be joined by Mr. Lee Smith and Mr. Tyler Upper. How are you doing?
Doing great. Thanks,
Great.
Todd.
So let's get into the first question straight away. We want to know more about Reliable Logistics. What is your unique selling point that you have to offer to customers and also to businesses?
So it's very interesting. I mean, Reliable's been in the parcel business for about 20 years, right? And one of the things you realize is that, things are changing.
Right.
A few years when I started the business, 6 to 8 weeks for a delivery of your item was acceptable, and then it became 2 weeks, and then it became 2 days, then it became overnight, and
Right.
the other part that happens is you order from eBay. It would come from China to the U.S. and into Canada.
Right.
That has changed dramatically. One of the things we realized is Jack Ma said, listen, if you order something, you're in North America, you order something on Monday, by Wednesday it will be in your house in North America, and that's kind of where we see the future, and that's one of the reasons that we're here in Asia. Canada is very unique in that it's a gigantic country, but small population. We've got little bits of density here and there. So we've got lots of mature e-commerce buyers, right? And a lot of companies are trying to fulfill into them. The problem is that you don't know who's the best carrier to use within Canada, what's the best return first, what's the best local carrier to use, and that's where Reliable comes in. Tyler is the head of our directors of customs, so we can help a customer from the time right at the factory or wherever they're manufacturing to bring it across into Canada, clear it into Canada, then downstream it to the best possible option for last mile delivery. And not only that, the future that we're seeing is a lot of returns, right? And so the next big challenge is going to be, how do I get a return back to China, let's say, or to the US, or even more, how do I destroy it because it's just not worth the price to bring it back? So, the things that we're trying to bring is a one-stop shop into Canada and also into the US because, we have a very unique relationship with the US. So our option is to be able to come to Canada and access the US market, North America in general, or even come into the US and access the Canadian market. Our job is to help people in the rest of the world to be able to access North America. That's the unique feature that we want to bring to the table.
Right. So, talking about Reliable Logistics, what is your future development? I mean, we understand what you do now, but what about future developments heading into the last quarter of 2022 and coming up to 2023?
Well, again, Tyler can probably talk to more about this because the customs piece of it is where we see the future. So Tyler, you want to take that?
So I was brought on to Reliable Logistics to come up with the customs compliance program to import those goods into Canada as well as import them into the U.S. So our main focus over the next little bit is to the customs clearance, get a good system in place where we can provide and support those packages coming into Canada, clearing customs, getting the duties and taxes paid to the Canadian government, and then facilitating the last mile delivery. So we'll have that up and running. There's a couple different other programs that are out there, but that's where our future is posed.
Okay. Well, now that you're here in Bangkok, Thailand, Southeast Asia, in terms of parcel delivery, the market has grown rapidly over the past 4 years, a plus 36% since 2020, which is huge. I mean, over the past 2 years, it has grown 36%. What is your unique selling point in terms of the Asian market, especially Southeast Asia?
I was just say with the South Asian market is the imports into Canada as well to put them into the U.S. through a Section 321 to avoid the duties and taxes as well. So I think a lot of the higher products that attract higher duties into the U.S., you can get those exempted by coming through Canada into the U.S. as well.
Maybe I can just add a little something on that because I think one of the unique things that's happening is we're going to see a higher value of items going from Asia into Canada. In fact, I know of a number of people who've had their furniture, their appliances purchased in Asia and delivered into Canada. So we're not just doing trinkets and trash, as we like to call it. We're doing high value goods, and I think that's going to be part of the future of e-commerce into Canada.
And talking about from a customer standpoint, because right now, Southeast Asia, we have a lot of customers in e-commerce and we're getting parcels delivered to our doors. What about the customers in Southeast Asia? What would they get from Reliable Logistics?
I don't think not much. I mean, again, Todd, our focus is delivering North America, right? I think there's just so many other good potential delivery agents here. It's not something we want to compete in, right?
Okay,
But
right.
we know we'd love to work with partners in Southeast Asia. We'd love to be able to send stuff over here, but we don't see ourselves participating in that market. What we're good at and what we know we're really good at is North America and delivering North America to the folks who are shipping out of Southeast Asia.
Well, that's really great because a lot of Southeast Asia cultures and commodities and products are really popular in North America right now. However, sometimes the producer don't have the channel there. So that's
Yes.
where reliable logistics come in. I mean, we talk about Thailand, Thai crafts, Thai medicine, Thai fruits. Spicy food is becoming more popular, Thai clothing, Thai fabric. They just need a channel where they can go into North America. Right. So how would you be able to help the producers in Southeast Asia tackle that market more?
Yep. So what we can do there is they can ship the products into either Vancouver or Toronto. From there, we would facilitate the movement from the airport into our warehouse through a bond, and then we submit the clearances through either a CLVS clearance or a high value e-commerce processing. So that is when it gets cleared, and then it goes through our warehouse, gets sorted, and then, like Lee said, it goes to our last mile carriers from there.
Wow, that's really great. So talking about the most important thing that people are concerned about, e-commerce and postal, and what is the last milestone you are seeing right now in terms of both e-commerce and postal delivery?
Yeah, so this is something I could tackle. I worked for the post offices for Canada Post for 31 years, so very familiar with the postal product. Now, this may be a little controversial. I don't think they were able to adapt to the changes that are taking place. The biggest thing, like I said, the value continues to go up for the actual products, and the postal administrations are not designed for that, right? I mean, they're trying to do a lot of things, but they've got so far to catch up. That's where a company like Reliable comes in, because we know how to clear it. That's why Charlie's here. He can clear it in for you. We do the DDU, duties unpaid, the duties paid, whatever the service is available, we're able to manage that, right? Where the post offices can only do what they consider DDU, duties unpaid, and it becomes a very difficult process. It's not a very smooth process. And I hope they continue to do a bad job so that we can continue to prosper in that sector, because we're quite happy to do it.
Right, and talking about the Southeast Asia market and the Asian market, this is considered to be a new market for us, which is booming really, really fast. When you talk about Asian market, we need solid players to come in and give direction and support in the growing industry. So what performance-related solutions do you see are relevant?
Well, I guess just speed to market is the thing, right? Because I was trying to give it that whole scope of 6 to 8 weeks, right? And I don't think, again, I hate to disagree with the the presenter, but Southeast Asia has always been in the e-commerce market. The only problem is they were the step behind. They were the manufacturer who handed it to a middleman who ended up selling it to someone else. And all we're seeing now is just going further up the chain, where Southeast Asia is going, hey, why am I giving it to the middle guy when I can deal with a Reliable and actually access those countries, access Australia, access the US directly versus using the middleman, right?
So basically, reliable logistics is a door of opportunities to all the producers and to fulfill the customer's needs as well. Is that right?
You said it better than I did, Todd, but that is very concise.
Wow.
And I
So
appreciate it.
it's really a win-win situation. The producers get doors of opportunity, and the customer get also, more than one shelf. You get
Yes.
a myriad of shelves of what you can choose from.
Yeah, and Canada is very unique in that it's such a multicultural society. I was telling someone that I have good Thai food in Toronto, right? So the culture is accepting and very open to things from international. Some other countries may not be as open, but in Canada we're very open to bringing new people into the marketplace, and we're always looking to
Absolutely.
expand our markets outwards also.
Oh, absolutely. So when you talk about expansion in market, of course, technology and innovation is very important. What specific technology and innovation have you brought to your company to future-proof your business?
So we kind of partner with other partners out there as well
Yep.
that offer us great IT solutions to transmit entries to CVSA accordingly.
Yep.
All the rules and regulations, the HS code data sets, the producer, manufacturer of the goods, all that. So we partner up with those technologies to transmit that to Canada Customs. On the parcel side, we do have a couple of the gentlemen that we have in our IT group that has a couple systems that they built internally for tracking and tracing and last
Right.
mile deliveries.
Right. Okay. So just then, you both mentioned about return management is a major focus. Is it a major focus for your company when you talk about return management? If so, what are you seeing in increase in returns? I mean, what reason do you see?
Same thing as anything. You go to the store, you want to buy something, you can try something on, and it's not the right size or it doesn't fit you right. A large isn't a large or a small isn't a small. So we do see a lot of the returns that are going to be happening as well. So it's just to come up with the correct solution, like Lee mentioned earlier, is to how do we get those products back into Asia, or is it not worth shipping them all the way back, and we have to come up with a destruction or a liquidation or something that in that side of things. So.
Right. So, talking about e-commerce now, e-commerce fulfillment is a major focus for your company, and if so, in what view do you see the main reasons increase in the service?
Yeah, so right now what we're doing is there's a limited of warehouses in Canada that are free trade zones. So that means we can import goods either ocean, most likely by container, into the port of Toronto, bring it into our facility, no duties or taxes. And then there we can do the pick and pack and fulfillment and then ship them into the United States, domestically rates with all the couriers there without avoiding paying the duties and taxes there as well. So for example, high level products like shoes, footwear, apparel, that tracks large duties rates into the United States, where if you house them within our GTA area, we can fill both the Canadian side as well as the US side. So it's really good cost savings right off the bat for the high duty products that are important to the US.
I see. It's new knowledge for me as well. And see how convenient it is. So, what is Reliable Logistics short-term, mid-term, and long-term strategy going into the final quarter of 2022 and heading into 2023?
Yeah, I think right now for that side, the short term is definitely getting everything set up and running, getting the systems in place. We're about 99% there. We're just doing a couple little tweaks there, and then we're all set. So that should be completed within the next week or two for a short-term goal, and then to start bringing in the shipments and going from there as well. The free trade zone, it will be up and running hopefully within the next 4 weeks. And then for a longer-term goal there, it's open to B2B, B2C through the CLBS clearances for high-value e-commerce clearances as well. So I think that's where we're going to be, and looking for good partners to work with and to kind of offer those solutions to the customers.
Right, and from a producer standpoint or from a Thai person standpoint, I'm sure there's a lot of producers who want to expand their business and want to find more customers. How can they get in contact with Reliable Logistics?
Yeah, at Reliable, we have a website, or you can contact us either by email. Our website's www.reliablelogistics.ca. My email address is Tyler, Tyler, at reliablelogistics.ca.
Okay, so just search Reliable Logistics and it will come up.
Yeah,
Okay. For the final question, what do you think about our program, IDX TV, here at the WMX Asia?
I think it's a great idea to have this program here. It gets us visibility. Can't think of any words at the moment, but it gives us full exposure, and it's great to have somebody here to partner to work with us to get our names out there as well to the producers and manufacturers.
You could jump in. You know, I do a lot of trade shows, and you know, it's always great to do a trade show, but there's not. Sometimes you don't have anything lasting, right? The fact that you guys are here at the WMX at all the different locations, that's something I kind of look forward to. You know, there's a way to go back and see what was discussed, and even see some of the folks that you may have missed. So I think you guys do a great job.
Thank you very much to both executives from Reliable Logistics, Mr. Tyler Upper and Mr. Lee Smith. Thank you. So you're watching IDX TV, brought to you by CCL.